All right. So my name is Crystalline Bell, and I want to welcome you to the Fiercely Divine Motivation Hour. We do these live streams every Tuesday and Friday here in the League of Badass Butterflies. These are quick 30-minute trainings for spiritual life coaches who are new or who have started their business, but maybe they haven't quite launched the way they want things. Things aren't quite going the way you want them to. So you need a little bit more training, mostly on your mindset, your emotions, your thoughts, your thinking, and even some how to get your business launching stuff. That's what we do here in the League of Badass Butterflies, like I said, on Tuesdays and Fridays at 10:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So today we are actually talking about rituals that spiritual life coaches need to be doing on a regular basis. Now, if you all are watching me here in the live stream, and again, if you are joining me live, I want you to check in with hashtag live. If you're watching the replay, give me a hashtag replay, okay? And what I'd love for you to check in with me on is to just let me know what your daily rituals are, and or if you don't have daily rituals, maybe you have weekly rituals, maybe you have monthly rituals. I'm going to be talking to you about some very important rituals that you need so that you can stay grounded. Um, you know, as women, we are very, very cyclical, and this is pretty common. This is very common for women, but what I'm always kind of surprised about is how women don't acknowledge that they are cyclical and how they try to force themselves into a masculine type of linear way of being. Now, you all know, and you hear me talking about this all the time, you need both the divine feminine and the divine masculine. But what we don't want is to try to force anything into one or the other. We want the two, the masculine and the feminine, in a dance, a harmonious, beautiful, sexy, romantic, heart-opening dance, and not in a fight, not in a war where they are fighting one another for your attention, for your energy, for your focus, for your time, for your value, okay? So what we want is for your spirituality and your feminine cyclical nature to be able to be expressed, but for you to keep your sanity, to be able to have some kind of a beautiful line that goes through to kind of keep things in order. And this is what today's live stream is about. We want you to keep your energy up, your hope up, your enthusiasm, your optimism, your creativity. We want you to keep that up while you are building your business, working with your clients, writing your blogs, managing your social media, working on your website, doing all those things. And of course, growing your family, thriving with your spouse, being with your friends, working in your community, doing all the things you need to do. We want you to feel balanced and precious and supported and successful. Having daily rituals that you do will bring all of those things into order. Why? Because rituals do a number of things. They help you connect to the feminine, and they help you ground it into the masculine. So for example, connecting to your spirit guides, if you connect to your spirit guides just with your normal woo-woo way, like you're just connecting with all your spirit guides, it can feel very exciting, but then what do you do with all that information you get? Well, it's too much to do. What you'll find yourself doing is starting things and then dropping things, and you'll pick up another thing, then you'll drop it, then you'll pick up another thing, and then you'll drop it, okay? All of this kind of thing is, it's great to have a feminine connection, but that's when the feminine becomes more destructive than creative and productive. So it's up to you to take the masculine structure and to say, hey, here's one feminine idea that I've gotten. I'm going to use that one feminine idea. I'm going to take it through to completion. Boom, I have something complete. It's not perfect, but it's done. And that's the best of all. Done is better than perfect. You're going to then take another feminine thing and then complete that. Okay. So again, this idea of working with the feminine and masculine is about letting you connect to both of these beautiful divine energies and letting you to feel safe, but also to be very successful in the material world. So I've got 7 rituals for you today. So I'm going to tuck into those. By the way, if you want to become a spiritual life coach and you feel ready to do this right now, then I want to invite you to come into a divine coaching business strategy call with me. That's where you and I sit down and we talk about what it is you want as a spiritual life coach. What do you want to create? How do you want your business? How do you want your certification program? How do you want to, what do you want to be certified in? How do you want to build your programs? How do you want your website to look? What do you want your logo, your brand to look like? What do you want it to feel like? All of that kind of thing is my specialty. So I would love the opportunity to work with you on building that. So what I would like to invite you to do is to book in a strategy call. Roxanne is going to put that link to the strategy call in the comments for us, so that you can book yourself in. Roxanne, sweetie, do you have that link already? Yes, I see she's got it. Yay, nice job, Roxanne. Woo, very good. Doing things on her own for this first time. A round of applause for Roxanne. This is also last minute, so she may not have had a lot of time to prepare for this. So very good work, sweetheart. So let's get into those. Rituals that I want to share with you today. Oh, and here's the thing I want to emphasize. The reason we like rituals is, number one, the nature of a ritual implies both the feminine and the masculine. Okay, here's the masculine. Ritual is done systematically. You don't do it randomly. It's not a ritual if you're doing it randomly, okay? So masculine stuff is consistent. So we're working with the divine masculine when we're working with ritual. So doing it consistently, following the rules of the ritual, following the protocols of the ritual, doing things in order, all of these are masculine characteristics, which helps the ritual become grounded. This is why rituals feel so good to us. So when we do, for example, a moon ritual, what we're doing is taking the wild and woolly nature of the moon, and we're bringing it into a ritual form where the moon is actually acting, we're bringing it into tangible, usable, measurable space. So all that creative energy of the full moon or of the new moon is being channeled into the masculine structure. So obviously the moon, whether she's new or full, she's feminine, right? So again, we bring it into ritual. It's adding a level of masculinity to it so that it's structure. And our systems love having the combination of the two polarities coming together to work in unity, like in a divine marriage, okay? Hopefully this is making sense to you all. Alrighty, so let me tuck into what those 7 rituals are. So what I want you to kind of do is just imagine yourself as this spiritual life coach, all right? And you are in a kind of natural, serene environment. Maybe you're in nature and the sun is shining on you. And let's say that maybe you're outside in the forest and you're doing a retreat in kind of a clearing. Maybe you've taken these women on a beautiful, I said women, but it could be men and women. I work with women, so I tend to talk about working with women a lot, but it can be working with men and women, of course. But you bring your people with you into this beautiful clearing, and you're going to take them on a wonderful journey of healing and transformation. Maybe you're going to help them do inner child work, or maybe you're going to do some sound healing out in the middle of this natural environment. Oh, yes, it feels so good. It feels really great. And what I want you to do is to just take a moment and think about you being the healer, being the guide, being the coach. And you've done a lot of work on yourself already, but you've also done a lot of work to create your healing program, right? So I want you just to imagine you've already done this work and you've promoted it on your website, you've sent the emails out, and you've gotten all these wonderful people who are like, ooh, Crystal Lynn, that sounds like a fun retreat, girl. I totally want to do it. Let me sign up for it. And you've gotten everybody prepared, and they've said yes, and you've collected their money, and you've sent them their welcome packets, and you've sent them little packets out, and you've told them, what to pack for the retreat, bring a notebook. And actually, maybe you actually have digital notebooks that you print out for them. And you've got these cool little pens that you thought would be good because they're multicolored, and you're giving everybody as part of their, I love this stuff, man. You are giving them little gift packets as part of their welcome to the retreats, okay? So there's a beautiful journal in there, and pens, like colored pens, and maybe there's a healing stone that you've picked out for these members, and people in the healing stone community, so you went in and you chose the stones that are going to be for this group, and you've activated them, in the sunlight or in the moonlight. You cleanse them and you bless them. Oh my God, how fun. Okay. Look, who's excited about what I am talking about? Because for me, this is the pinnacle of why I became a spiritual life coach. I have so much love that I want to give people. And the thought of taking people on a retreat, or creating a beautiful coaching session for them, or a learning session for them, it lights me up. Yes, I want to see them heal and transform, but it's also the process of helping people heal and transform that I absolutely love. So here's the issue, all right? How do you get from where you are right now to this beautiful scene where you have created this incredible space, and you have all these people who are like, yes, and they are there in front of you waiting for you to deliver your magic? Well, obviously getting certified and working to build your business is a part of the process. Yay, hello, again, that's what I'm here for. But before you even do all that, there are things that you can do right now. And here are those 7 rituals that you can start doing right now, today, on your own, to get your mind, your emotions, your vision aligned, so that you can take the next step, which is to say yes and get yourself certified and get your business built. All right, so let's tuck into those rituals. So I've got them kind of indicated as steps, and you might want to use them as steps, or you might not want to use them as steps. That's entirely up to you. Hold on, lost my page. Here we go. But the first step, or the first key, is morning meditation. Now, if you've been following me for any time at all, you have heard me say that what you do first thing in the morning, like your meditation, is one of the most important things that you can do in the day. And I am going to stand by that 100%. You taking the time to commune with God, with your angels, with your higher self, with your vision, with your intentions, with your to-do list, that is the most important thing to do. If you start off and you're visualizing your coaching business thriving, or you're visualizing yourself going through the certification process, going through the business building process, that, my friend, is super powerful and something that I want to encourage you to do. It will make your life so much easier. It's a blessing. So that is step one. Step two is about documenting in your journal your vision. Now, right now, you're at the beginning of your coaching journey. You need to take all the ideas that the Divine Feminine is giving you and then just write them down. You don't have to write them down like in a really formal, structured way. You need, though, to be writing them down just so that you can get them out of your head, and you want to follow them through as much as possible. Now, let me contradict myself a little bit, because I just said you don't have to write them down in a structured, formal way. However, you should start learning, and you should take your morning journaling time to start learning how to give structure to your ideas. Because as free as the Divine Feminine is, and as wise as she is, human beings really do well when there's a little bit of structure. So again, structure is the realm of the Divine Masculine. So when you're getting an idea, learning how to give it structure based on what your guides tell you, by the way. So for example, my guides tell me to start off giving kind of an overview of what I want to talk about. And then they say, come up with 3 main points that you want to talk about, then elaborate on those 3 points, and then close it up. Okay, that's a super simple structure that my guides have kind of told me work, and you'll see me do a lot of that in my presentations and my blogs and my Facebook posts. Okay, so that's a structure that just kind of came. It's not like I had to learn that structure, and it's not like you have to learn a structure. It's better if you use your spirit guides to kind of guide you on the best way. But what I want you to do is, while you're learning from your spirit guides, you use your masculine rationale to start bringing a little bit of order. Now, if you don't know how to do that, ask someone who does know. I am someone who knows how to bring structure. That's my job. I am connected both to the feminine and the masculine. So this is why I'm able to talk about this. And again, if you need help, reach out, let me know. Book yourself in for a strategy call. This will be very important. All right. Now, step number 3, or key number 3, is to shape the universe with affirmative self-talk. So again, you are a new coach. You're at the beginning of your journey. And you want to get from here, the beginning, to there, the end, which is like you doing this work and you having a lot of clients. Well, how should your dialogue be? What do you think your dialogue, what should you be saying to yourself on a daily basis? Well, if you're like me, you kind of came from a background where the talk is kind of negative. Like, so you have a lot of negative self-talk. You know, growing up, I was told kind of mean things like, you're not very, you're not attractive, you're not smart, you know, you're stupid, Nobody's going to want you. Nobody's going to want to listen to you. Who do you think you are? Blah, blah, blah. And what happens is those kinds of negative dialogues are constantly repeating inside ourselves. And what we want to do is stop that shit, okay? Because number one, you and I are both old enough to know that all that shit is lies. Lies, lies, lies. Whoever told us that we were stupid, unattractive, dumb, who do we think we are? We're nothing but failures. Those people were obviously wounded. You and I know that, okay? We have seen it in ourselves and we've seen it in other people, and it's clear that they were lying, they were confused. So why are we still repeating it? Why is it that we're still having a low self-concept or a low self-image? Because we're human and our subconscious mind is locked on that. Well, what we can do is change what's happening on a subconscious level. And one of the ways, now look, I'm about to oversimplify this shit right now, okay? Super oversimplification. I'm gonna say that you need to change your talk from negative to positive. Okay, what I really need to be saying, what I need to be doing is giving you the entire process to do that, because it is a big process where you have to reprogram your subconscious mind, all right? Just changing your negative talk is not going to help you. Like if you just sat here and said, I'm not stupid, I'm smart, I'm smart, I'm smart, I'm smart, I'm smart, even if you repeated that 40,000 times, it's not necessarily going to change the momentum of the 50 years of negative talk that you've been telling yourself. So what you have to do, and there are some processes that you can do, you can change your inner dialogue through subconscious reprogramming. That is a different session. It's a different talk. We can talk about that. If you're interested, please put a note in the comments and I will address that for you, but that's enough for right now. Just suffice it to say that right now, step 3 is about shaping the universe. Understand that what you talk about, what you think about is shaping the universe. So just knowing that that's something you need to work on, that's step number 3, okay? Step number 4 is to unwind with an evening appreciation practice, all right? Now, you all very often use the word gratitude, and I love that you use the word gratitude because what you mean is I'm thankful, but what you really mean is I'm appreciative. There's a difference between gratitude and appreciativeness. Gratitude is like, hey, I'm thankful because there was something that I didn't have before and I've been given it, so I'm grateful. So there's a little bit, a tiny little bit of a mindset that says, I once was lost, but now I am found. What's wrong with that? Not much. But what's more empowered is understanding that actually you're a child of God, you are never lacking. And so what you do is you simply appreciate. There is no forgiveness because there's nothing to forgive. You are God having a human experience. God is within you. You are the perfect child of God. There is nothing to forgive. There is nothing that you've never had. So you don't need gratitude because you simply are, okay? So what I like to do is practice with appreciation. And this is where I look at everything that I am, everything that I've experienced, and I appreciate it. I say, I thank you for my beautiful home. I thank you for my excellent health. I thank you for my beautiful dog, my beautiful friends, et cetera, et cetera. And at the same time, you appreciate, okay, the things that were also difficult. I was in the street today and I stepped in dog poop and I appreciate that, okay? Woo. So gross to be stepping in dog poop, but you know what I mean. It's taking things that were difficult and showing appreciation for them unwaveringly, without judgment, unconditionally. Hopefully this is making sense to you. And again, if you are relating to what I'm saying, then definitely give me an amen in the comments and some kind of a shout out to let me know that what I'm saying actually makes sense to you. All right. So hold on one second. Let me get back to my notes. All right. Number 5. Okay. Moonlight manifestation. So the new moon is the time for working with the times that you want to be manifesting things. So doing a monthly new moon ritual is definitely one of the recommendations that I have for you so that you can actually like set intentions, use the energy of the new moon, use the timing of the new moon. So, right, the new moon comes and then 6 months later comes the full moon where you're healing and there's a culmination. And then shortly after that comes the birth of the thing that you set out. That is such a powerful way to work on manifesting what it is you desire. So number 5, a ritual that I'm going to recommend for you is, again, getting you from point A, I don't have a coaching business, but I want one, to point B, I'm thriving as a coach. Start doing some new moon practices, setting some powerful intentions, making the plans, going through a real manifestation process, integrating that as a part of your life. Super, super powerful. All right, that's number 5. Number 6, this is a really important one. So we're here in the League of Badass Butterflies, and there are a bunch of new spiritual life coaches here who are really, really set on making this dream real for themselves. Number 6 is about connecting with a community of like-minded souls. People who understand you, people who speak your language, people who, when you have an idea and you're like, yeah, I want to transform the world, blah, 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 they're not going to be looking at you like, yeah, no, right? We want for you to have a community of like-minded people who can relate to you, that you can relate to, that you're going to inspire, they're going to inspire you, and they are going to feed your soul, right? So making sure that you are a part of communities that actually support your growth and support your ideas is another really important step, okay? And then our last step, or our last key, is to commit to continuous learning. So one of the things that I've learned as a spiritual life coach is that I'm always growing and expanding. Like when I first started out, I was where you are right now, okay? And I don't know where you are individually because, you know, there are dozens of you that are watching this or will be watching this. And I cannot say that I know exactly where you are, but I do know what it's like to be at the beginning of a journey for something that you've never done before, all right? One of the things that I appreciate is that I dove into this work and getting certified with my heart and mind wide open, and I absorbed everything. I watched all the videos, read all the books, did all the workbooks, attended all the workshops, and I still am. I just love learning about spirituality and healing, and it's so inspiring. And this is how you continue to grow within yourself as a coach and healer, but also how you'll expand your community. So you'll keep learning, but you don't have to integrate everything, every single thing that you learn all at one time. You can, you know, take on some things and then develop those things, and then maybe you'll release them in the next year. But just keep in mind that this process is about growth and expansion, and that's what makes this work beautiful. All right, so the last thing I want to talk to you about is how I can support you in this journey. So keep in mind that I was once where you are. I've not, you know, I had not done an online business before. I had not been a coach. And I want to tell you that getting certified is a great way to learn what you need to have in place, but also it's a great way to have somebody who has your back while you are in this very new realm of learning and developing. Yes, God has put everything that you need to succeed inside you. But we all know that it helps to have a great mentor who activates and helps to fertilize those seeds that are there. All right. And that's my job. I'm a coach and mentor for women like you. So again, Roxanne, if you wouldn't mind, sweetheart, please posting that link again to book in a strategy call. It would be fantastic. And I look forward to learning about you and working with you on building your divine coaching business. All right, I'm going to go ahead and sign off right now, and I look forward to seeing you again very soon. All right.